Here's what makes private versus public school decisions so challenging. My two daughters went to completely different schools. Sydney thrived in private while Jessica excelled in public. And they're both getting incredible educations, just in different ways. You see, when you're looking at schools in Manhattan, you're not just choosing between public and private. You're navigating a complex landscape where a single decision can impact your child's entire future. No pressure. With private school tuition reaching up to $60,000 per year and public school admissions becoming increasingly competitive, the stakes have never been higher. I'm Stacey Froelich, and as both a Manhattan mother and a real estate expert who's helped countless families make this decision, I've seen firsthand how this choice affects not just education, but your entire family's lifestyle. In fact, according to some recent data in Manhattan neighborhoods where median family income exceeds $250,000, over 61% of students attend private school. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the right choice for your child. What I'm about to share isn't just theory, it's based on real experience, both personal and professional. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear framework for making the crucial decision for your family, understanding exactly what to consider, and most importantly, how to know which option is truly best for your child's unique needs. Let's start with public school because there's a lot more to the New York City Department of Education system than most people realize. First, you have a zone neighborhood school. These are free and serve students based on where you live, but that's just for elementary and middle school. What makes Manhattan so unique is the incredible range of specialized programs available. You've got gifted and talented programs, magnet schools, and those highly selective high schools like Stuyvesant and LaGuardia that consistently rank among the top in the nation. Benefits of public school go far beyond saving on tuition. You're looking at incredibly diverse student bodies that reflect the real world your child will eventually enter. According to recent statistics, public schools offer a much more varied demographic makeup compared to private schools, where about 2/3 of students are from similar backgrounds. This diversity isn't just about demographics, it's about exposing your child to different perspectives, cultures, and ways of thinking. Another strength of the public school that often gets overlooked is their experience with learning differences. The New York City Department of Education has extensive resources and specialized programs for children who need additional support or different learning approaches. This is something we discovered personally with Jessica. She needed a certain accommodation, and the public school system had an incredible infrastructure already in place to support her. However, let's be honest about the challenges. Competitions for the best public schools is fierce. Class sizes can be larger than ideal. We're talking 25 to 30 students per class in most cases, compared to 15 to 20 in private school. And yes, some parents choose to supplement their kids' education with tutors and extracurriculars to round out their experience. Now let's talk about private schools, because Manhattan has some of the most prestigious private institutions in the country. Some private school graduates often report finding college coursework more manageable because of how well prepared they were in high school. The benefits of private school are clear. Smaller classes means more individual attention. You're looking at advanced curriculum options, extensive extracurriculars, and something that often gets overlooked, strong alumni networks that can be invaluable for college admissions and future careers. When Sydney was in private school, we saw firsthand how these advantages played out. The individualized attention she received helped her develop confidence in ways we hadn't expected. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Cost. Private school tuition in Manhattan can range from $40,000 to $60,000 per year, and it's not just about tuition. There are additional costs for things like uniforms, books, technology fees, and those extracurriculars we mentioned earlier. Plus, the admissions process is incredibly competitive, often requiring entrance exams, interviews, and essays. So how do you decide? Here's the framework we use with our clients. First, assess your child's learning style. Are they self-motivated? Do they need more structure? Do they thrive in large group settings or prefer a more individual attention? For example, Sydney thrived in the structured environment of private school, while Jessica's creative nature found a perfect outlet in her public school. Second, evaluate your family's resources. And I'm not just talking about financial. Consider the time commitments for involvement in school activities, the ability to provide supplemental support if needed, and your long-term educational goals. Remember, this isn't just about this year, it's about planning for your child's educational journey. Third, look at specific schools available in your area. Each school, whether public or private, has its own culture and strengths. We work with school specialists who can help research rankings and programs, and I always recommend touring schools and meeting the administrators. The culture of the school matters just as much as the academic offerings. At the end of the day, there is no one-size-fits-all answer. What worked for Sydney would not have worked for Jessica, and what works for your neighbor's child may not be right for yours. The key is understanding all your options and making an informed decision based on your child's specific needs and your family's circumstances. Remember, both systems can offer excellent education. It's about finding the right fit. Whether you choose public or private, the most important factor is that your child is in an environment where they can thrive and grow. If you're in the process of making this decision, I'd love to connect you with our school specialists who can help guide you through the research process. They can provide detailed insights into specific schools and programs that might be the perfect fit for your child.